custody. U.S. officials say there is no indication of any such plot after Iraq's prime minister came out and said his country's intelligence agency uncovered this alleged plan. But it also does come as FBI Director James Comey says he is, quote unquote, not confident these recent airstrikes in Syria have stopped plans to carry out an imminent attack against the United States by the Khorasan group, that al-Qaeda cell. So let me bring in CNN Justice correspondent Evan Perez and David Gartenstein-Ross, a senior fellow for the Foundation of Defense of Democracies. Gentlemen, good morning. And Evan, just beginning with you and your reporting, there was a plot, there wasn't a plot. Cut through it for me. What's the deal?
Good morning, Brooke. That was quite a scramble that the Iraqi prime minister set off here in Washington. I talked to about a dozen officials yesterday as they were trying to, have very high-level meetings to try to figure out what on earth he was talking about. Over the course of the day, we were told that there were no plots that they knew of, and they certainly had no information from the Iraqi government. Later on in the day, Brett McGurk, a top official at the State Department, did 2 interviews here on CNN in which he explained, after meeting with the Iraqi prime minister, that he was really referring to the general threat against by ISIS and by these militant groups against the West and against the world, and that he really was also talking about unverified information that hadn't been checked out. The bottom line, Brooke, is that, the reason why everyone obviously scrambled was, the threat against the subways is something that has come up before.
Huge
and
deal.
Obviously, right, in 2004 and 2005, al-Qaeda carried out these types of bombings in Europe.
Okay, and since we have her, let me just also bring in Juliet Kayyem, better late than never. She is a former Homeland Security Department and also a CNN national security analyst. So, Juliet, I'm coming to you in just a minute, but first, David, to you, why would the Iraqi prime minister mention this? This was based upon intelligence after some sort of interrogation of a prisoner in Iraq. Why mention this if there wasn't just a seed of truth to this?
It's hard to say. I mean, the most obvious reason that he might mention it is because it gives us more urgency for being involved in Iraq, and it makes sure that the United States is going to continue to want to oppose ISIS. That's the, I think, primary hypothesis.
And then finally, David, to you, I'm not watching the videos, but we've seen the still pictures and certainly the audio of the masked ISIS terrorist with Stephen Sotloff and James Foley and also David Haynes. We are hearing now again from the FBI that they have identified this person. And let's also be clear, the person speaking could be dubbed versus the actual person wielding the knife in the videos. But it's one thing to identify this individual. It's quite another to try to track him down.
Yeah, is one thing that we certainly have learned over the course of the past 13 years is that tracking down a single individual can be a pretty daunting task, especially when they practice good operational security. Obviously, those who've seen the beheading videos or heard about them certainly hope that the killer is tracked down. But that's one of those things that we'd like to do, but you can never guarantee you'll get that one guy.
David Gartenstein-Ross, Juliet Kayyem, and Evan Perez, thank you all for being with me this morning on this Friday here on New Day. Appreciate it very much.